Hello guys, welcome back here on Java Learning Tips. Today I want to talk to you about inheritance. So the inheritance is a process where a class can inherit attributes and methods from another class. And the class that inherits attributes and methods from another class, it's called a child class. And the class from which methods and attributes are inherited is called superclass. But let's see this more in depth here on Eclipse. Okay, so before start, I want to delete these two objects from the last video because now we don't need this. And okay, let's open the main, and I want to explain you what is a package. A package is just like a folder where you can put inside some classes or some object, everything you want. You can divide your program into folder to keep your Java program more clean, for example. So let's create some package. This is the main folder, so inside here we have to create our package. We can create a package and give a name to the package. I will call this package object, and it say me that by convention package name usually start with a lowercase, so here we should give a lowercase letter. It's not a rule, but it's a convention, so you should give a lowercase letter to the package name. So let's click finish, and this will be the package object, and this is the default package. We didn't want the default package, so let's create a new package for the main. And finish. So now we can drag and drop the main here. Now we can delete the main from here, and yeah, the default package is deleted. So now we have the main inside the main package, and here we can create our object. So new class, and let's start talking about the inheritance. So with the inheritance, we have said that we can create a superclass and the child class that will get the attributes and the method from the superclass. So for example, we can create a class persons and two class, one for a teacher and one for a student, and both these class will have some attributes like the name or the age. So we can write just once in the superclass, and we can use the inheritance to get these methods from the superclass. So let's see this in Eclipse. Let's create the class persons. And remember that by convention, the class name should be uppercase, because if I write lowercase, will say me that by convention should be uppercase. So let's rename with an uppercase persons, and inside here, inside the object package, we have the persons object. Now we can create the two objects that will be the child class. So the first is teacher, and the second one will be student. I've made this example with the persons, the teacher, and the student to make you understand the inheritance. Teacher and student has both a name and an age, so they have two attributes in common. Let's create here in persons the attributes. The name, it's a string, and the age, it's an int. And inherits the attributes from persons in teacher and in student. How we can do this? With this keyword extends. So extends, and the name of the superclass, so person, and the same thing with student. So a student can extend a superclass persons. always remember a child class can inherit from only one superclass, but a superclass can have more than one child class, okay? So remember that a child class can have just only one superclass, but a superclass can have more than one child class. In this case, this superclass can have two child class, but a child class can have just one superclass. Now that we have created this child class and that our child class can inherit a method from the superclass, we can create some instance of these two objects in the main class. So let's save this and let's save this. And now if we create an object here in the main class, so for example I want to create a teacher, it gives me an error. Why? Because now that we have created two packages, the main and the object are not in the same package, so we need to import the object that we want to use here, okay? So we need to import and the object, okay? So object.teacher, because the object teacher is in the package object, okay? So import the object that is the package name dot and the object that we need. So folder name dot object, and now we can use the object without no problem. So we have just create an object teacher named teacher1, and this teacher now has these attributes, okay, these two attributes. So this teacher has a name and has an age, even if we don't have specified here nothing, okay, because these extend the class person. So even if we don't have write anything inside here, we have these two attributes to teacher. Let's say this here in main. So now we can use the attributes of persons for student and teacher, even if we don't have write anything inside teacher and student, because we have inherit the attributes from persons. And teacher1 dot, and you can see that there is no name and no age. Why? Because we don't have set the keyword public. I will explain you what the public keywords mean in the video about encapsulation, but for now just think that without the keyword public, the name is not public. So if we don't set the public keyword, the name is not visible outside this class, okay? So just write public. I will explain you this in the next video. For now just learn by heart. So public and public, and if we save, now we have the age and the name, okay? So we need the public keyword, and we should print it in the console. But now it's empty because we don't have set anything. So if I try to print name, it's null because it's the default value of the string, because it's not assigned. Now we need to create a constructor for the class persons and for student and teacher. So I've explained what is a constructor in my last video about the OOP. If you don't know what is a constructor, please go and check my last video. So now let's create a constructor here. Okay, now we have created our constructor for this class, and we have to create the constructor for the child class. So in the same way, but from superclass, and generate. And the same for teacher. As you can see, it gives me an error also in teacher. And okay, now we have created the constructor with the field of the superclass. So I will explain you with the teacher, but it's the same way for the student. You can see here this keyword super has in person we have this. So this, it refers to the name in the same class. Okay, so name in the same class, this, and without nothing, it's referred to the name here. Okay, so this name is referred to this name. I've explained this concept in my last video. And this age is referred to this age. Without this, it's referred to this, and age is referred to this age. So what is the super? Super just refers to the name and age in the class persons, in the superclass. Super is refers to the name and age in the superclass. Let's create an object teacher. As you can see, it gives me an error because now it needs a name and an age. As you can see here, we need to add a string and an int. A string and an int. We insert the string and the int here, and this will pass the value to the teacher. That will pass the value with the super keyword to the superclass, and the value will be set here. Okay. So here we can write the name. The teacher name is Bob, and Bob is 40 years old. So now if we print, let's save this, and now if we print the name will be Bob, and if we print the age, let's do it with another command. So if we print the age, it will be 40. And do the same with the student. We can create a student here. And the student name is Alex, and it's 16 years old. We need to import the student class like this. Import object teacher and object student, that is for student. So we can print here in the console the student name and the student age. Okay, now if we print in the console, will be Alex and 16 years old. So this was, in few words, the concept of inheritance. We can create the attributes right here, and we can inherit the attributes from the superclass without write anytime the attributes. So we have avoid to write this here and this here. Now it's just with 2 attributes, but in a real program we can have 10 attributes, 20 attributes, and we don't want to write this for 30 classes. I don't know. And we can also specify some methods for a specific class. So we have these two attributes that are in common for student and teacher, but we can set a method, for example, for the student. So we can say that the student study. So we can set a method void study, and here we can just print in the console and studying, and just copy and paste this because it's the same for the teacher, but the teacher teaches. So, and I'm teaching. So we have in the method in common that are the name and the age, but we can also set some specific methods for each class. So in the case of the student study, and in the case of the teacher teaches. This was the basic of inheritance. I will explain you more in the next video when we talk about the polymorphism and the encapsulation, and I will explain you also with some practical example. Maybe we can do some project, but this video ends here. If you like my video, please subscribe to the channel and leave a like, and we will see in the next video. Bye.